Hey folks, Realosity with Jarmitlin. I'm Jarmitlin. It's another rapid fire edition. This is going to concern a couple topics. One which I'm particularly upset about, and one that I don't get why people are upset about. Which would you like to hear first? Well, it's my show, and I'm going to decide not like you guys can tell the camera anyway because I'm not posting this live. So, anyway, Mauro Ranallo is apparently done with WWE. Sad as it is to say. He removed all mentions of WWE from his Twitter profile. He undid a whole bunch of WWE retweets. I mean, he had followed me and unfollowed me, but I don't care. I was honored that he followed me for as long as he did. I don't really care about that. Whatever he needs to do to take care of his own life with the whole thing of him being bipolar, whatever he needs to do to get himself healthy, great. If there is a way for him to come back to WWE TV, I hope there is. Apparently, he's under contract till sometime in mid-August of 2017, so just later this year. I'm disappointed because, more reports are coming up about how it's JBL, his ribbing, bullying, basically, that caused this whole thing. Forbes did a piece and used excerpts from Justin Roberts' book. Recently, released WWE ring announcer Justin Roberts, who's been a bit outspoken about what the company has done and not done right, and apparently, from all accounts, was pretty well liked backstage. At least, I didn't hear too many people complain about Justin Roberts, and the guy was a pretty good ring announcer. I mean, I always enjoyed his work. What little bit I've read of excerpts from the book, I might actually have to pick it up. It seems like a pretty good thing. But this just adds more fuel to the fire, and even John Morrison, Johnny Mundo has backed up like some of the stuff that Justin Roberts has said. Now, people can chalk up some of this stuff to sour grapes and that some former WWE talents are just upset they're no longer there and they want to take one of the other guys down. The thing is this whole bullying thing with JBL has gone on for years and years and years, all the way back to when the Public Enemy came to WWE and were beaten up like crazy and everything, and ended up, getting jobbed out or whatever, like the APA, acolytes, Ron Simmons and Bradshaw. That, Joey Styles even knocked out JBL, and, it's a damn shame he didn't fracture his skull. And this rant's going to get vicious, by the way, because, fuck JBL, hashtag fire JBL, be a star WWE, since it's the whole be a star campaign, you're talking about anti-bullying, get rid of your biggest damn bully in the world, and that you at least currently have on your roster, the biggest known bully that you have. Get rid of him. I don't care about learned culture. I don't care about, this has been the WWE backstage thing for 25 years. Ribbing, joking, pranking, that kind of stuff. Mr. Perfect, Owen Hart, people like that did, the pranks. That was fine because none of their stuff ever seemed to go with bullying, at least from what I've heard. JBL has bullied so many people. There were people bullied into quitting the company. Palmer Cannon, the former network executive, he quit, apparently because of JBL and his bullying. But now Mauro Ranallo, who is bipolar, that whole thing happened where hopefully Mauro Ranallo has his health back and he's getting his health back and can do because I know he has plenty of outside projects. He's been doing, he did kickboxing and MMA and that kind of stuff, and I'm sure New Japan would take him back in a damn heartbeat. And if New Japan wouldn't take him, I'm sure, imagine JR, because JR is still going to do work for New Japan apparently. Imagine him and Mauro calling matches, just in case they have a spot open for Mauro. Impact should not make a play for him, by the way, at all. There's no reason Mauro should go there because if he thought JBL's bullying was bad, Josh Matthews would just needle him to the point where anybody would probably knock out Josh Matthews. And by the way, just for being lousy at his job, hashtag fire Josh Matthews. But going back, I really hope that Mauro gets his health right. Mauro should get his health right. I just hope that he can. Mauro Ranallo is an awesome commentator. I was a fan of his way before he came to WWE. When he was on the Canadian Independence and was able to follow enough of his stuff in New Japan, not able to see all of it, obviously. And his MMA calls, the guy's really passionate about what he loves and what he likes, and it's great. And hopefully Mauro Ranallo maybe sometime can find his way back to WWE under better circumstances, because he really made SmackDown that great. And that's part of the reason they should fire JBL. Is JBL probably just didn't like that somebody was better at their job than he ever could be. He was not a very good wrestler. He was a better tag team wrestler because Ron Simmons, even diminished Ron Simmons, could hide the fact that JBL was really a shit worker. He was not good as a singles competitor. I mean, he was fine in the hardcore division, that kind of stuff, but once he became JBL, he got people to easily hate him. I mean, like, going to Germany and doing the goose step thing, because that's a smart thing to do in Germany where that's illegal, and he's lucky he wasn't arrested and thrown in jail for it. I don't remember all the legality of it, but it's like he's lucky he wasn't arrested and thrown in jail for a number of months or years. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But, and I'm bouncing around a whole lot. Just fire JBL, because the guy acts like, oh, he calls people whiny internet marks because they don't like Roman Reigns. And they say he can't wrestle or this kind of stuff or this or that. I'm going to call for all the whiny internet marks that he wants to label. The people that actually watch the WWE product, the people that actually appreciate the WWE product, appreciate Mauro Ranallo, but in general appreciate the fact that there is a real problem in WWE, because Vince should can JBL right now. Even if he can't get Mauro back, he should can JBL. You can have enough people work commentary and get rid of JBL, who is basically WCW Jesse Ventura just without the charisma. JBL was fine as a commentator in 06 and 07, and then went back to wrestling. And then when he came back in 2012, he was fine for about a year. And has become a corporate stooge and has become horrible since. Whether he's overproduced or not, he's horrible. He's a garbage commentator. He's absolute shit, and he drags any match he does totally down. He does. I mean, it's like he rarely calls a damn move. It's like, oh, call the damn match. It's like if somebody actually were to just take a chair and do what Stevie Richards did to Blue Meanie, but actually crack JBL in the skull and cause it, and knock him out and cause him to get off TV, I'd actually be for that. Because maybe it would teach JBL a lesson. I mean, he might not remember it because he would be concussed pretty badly, but for all the stuff he's done, all the bullying and soaping up Edge in the shower when Edge, was like a rookie there. Great job, JBL. That really helps you feel like a man, doesn't it? Nothing wrong with that if you're into that stuff, but just don't call people out on being whiny brats and this kind of stuff, and then do stuff like that calls into question some stuff that you do. JBL's an idiot. Absolute idiot. Can't stand the guy. And seriously, fire JBL. If Forbes ran a piece about that, and that's bad because bad for WWE, not bad for people that want JBL gone. I mean, more news outlets should pick that story up and start, running with it. Talk to sources and everything. I'm not advocating they go to Mauro Ranallo and get his piece and get his way of thinking, because since he's still under contract at WWE, that could be a breach of contract. Others that are not under contract at WWE could easily speak out. I mean, hell, go to Ryback. Ryback, even though he's been outspoken, why not? Go to a whole bunch of people, get some stories, and run with it, because if you get enough smoke, there will be fire, and they will have to fire JBL. They will have to. They will have to get rid of his ass. Again, ribbing, joking is fine, but just if you're going to needle somebody to the point that has mental issues and you're causing them to break, or you pick on them because they got a best announcer of the year from, I guess, the Wrestling Observer Newsletter Awards, is something like that. If JBL was upset about that, I mean, come on, who cares? If Mauro was happy about it, he should have been happy about it. Mauro Ranallo's been one of the best damn commentators in the world for a number of years, and yes, this is factoring in Jim Ross. Jim Ross, who I love, and Jim Ross, who is great. And hopefully he gets to make some good calls on WWE television, Jim Ross, that is. If JBL got fired tomorrow or got fired Monday, I'd be happy. My thing is what people should do, if you're going to watch SmackDown, I'm not going to tell people to boycott SmackDown. I'm not going to say this kind of stuff. Not going to tell you to boycott it. I'm still going to watch, but what I'll just do is I'll just ignore everything that JBL's saying. Unless he says something that's intentionally like being a jackass, he won't see my tweets because he blocked me like the little cowardly bitch that he is, because he can't take criticism, and that's what I don't get. If the guy's going to be such a stand-up, or going to be, standing up to all these internet marks, all he does is block them because he doesn't want to listen to them, because he doesn't want to listen to criticism, because he's probably a cowardly bitch inside. That's basically what JBL is. The people that just bitch at him and bitch about the WWE product and don't watch it, sure, I don't care for those fans. But those of us that actually are dedicated to the WWE product, wrestling in general, being, kind to other human beings, come on, guys. Let's be kind to actual good people. Bad people, I mean, that's another story. You can be upset at them all you damn well want. And I also want to say, and shout out John Garces and a couple people, I don't care for the PC culture. I'm not saying people shouldn't be allowed to be themselves and speak up for what they want and speak up for, how they feel. I understand that. But there's a fine line. And bullying somebody to the point, especially somebody with bipolar issues and any kind of mental disability, that's not good. So, fire JBL. That's what they need to do. Honestly, I mean, fire JBL. Hashtag fire JBL. And I may actually put that in the description here. Get it trending. If WWE says, they're all for the anti-bullying, the be a star thing, get rid of JBL then. Because you clearly don't care about people who are bullies if you still have him employed. So, that's basically all I'm going to say, actually. I was going to, you know what, actually, I will talk about one more thing. I saw the Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial thing. I saw a couple different versions of it. It's a goddamn soda commercial. That's all it is. I don't get the big point of it. I just don't. It's like people say it trivializes police brutality. No, it doesn't. It shows unity among people. Not all cops are good. Not all cops are bad. Not all people who commit crime. Not all blacks are good. Not all blacks are bad. Not all people in general are good, or all good, or all bad. Okay? That's the thing, but stop reading too much into a goddamn soda commercial. That's all it is. It's a damn soda commercial. Soda pop, fountain drink, whatever the hell you want to call it. It's soda. Quit reading too much into it. I don't even care for the Jenners. I don't like the Jenners or the Kardashians. I'd like to see them all go away and never come back into the public eye ever. But even I'm not going to blast them for this. Who cares? It's a damn commercial. Enjoy it or stop reading too much into it. That's my thing. Focus on more important things other than the Pepsi commercial. You want to focus on the causes that you feel it doesn't address? Fine, focus on the causes, but don't rip the commercial apart or rip Pepsi just because of it. It's a commercial, that's all it is. So anyway, hashtag it's just a damn commercial, and hashtag fire JBL. Be a star, WWE, fire JBL. Get rid of his ass. What do you guys think? Agree, disagree, like, share, comment, subscribe. Twitter link is, of course, in the description. It's been Real Honesty with John Ritland. I'm John Ritland, and I will see you soon.